to the martial arts of sales. This is the opening monologue. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm doing a special topic today. I met with my team earlier. Matter of fact, I have my sales rep, Hiram Hernandez, here. We're about to get back together and do some special things. I have Homero Mojica behind the camera. I've been speaking, direct messaging, communicating with a lot of business associates, and there's a common topic that's been discussed, and I'm glad it's being discussed. And the question is this: Paul, do you believe and do you think cold calling is still effective today? So the topic is why cold call, and is it still effective today? I'm going to answer that two ways. Yes, if you're doing it correctly, and two, if you're not using it, then of course it's not effective. For me personally, cold calling, there's more opportunity today than ever before. Why? Because of all the social media platforms. Now I know some of you out there are probably struggling, probably got hit hard because of the coronavirus, and you're losing a lot of sales. But I want you to answer yourself this question, or ask yourself this question: why are people on social media? Besides some people that want to be popular, why are companies on social media? Because you want better leads and you want more sales, right? So sales is where it's at. Does that make sense? So we're on social media for sales. Now, what I've learned to do is found a niche, how to combine social media, or what they call automated, with cold calling. Because at the end of the day, you could get thousands of leads, you could get a lot of engagement, but if you're not calling them, and you're not engaging them, and you're not converting them, you're losing opportunities. And cold call doesn't allow you to do that. Because at the end of the day, you got all the technology in the world, some of it may not fit you. But cold calling never gets old. It only gets old if you want it to be old. For me, it's rule number one as far as being a salesman is being cold call. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do something different. I'm actually going to do a training about cold calling with my sales rep, and also do the topic at the same time so that you guys can get a feel and understanding why cold call is important and why is it effective today if you want it to be effective. It's all up to you. Like anything else, you have to learn how to do it. And when you learn how to do it, guess what happens? It's not an accident. Your sales start to increase exponentially, especially now when there was a problem with the coronavirus that hurt a lot of people, right? So I'm here to help you. Before we dig into the topic, there's two things I need. Number one is, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscription button below. Do share your comments and share the video with others. And now, for the Alright, so why cold call, and is it still effective today? I'm going to share some bullet points with you guys so that you understand that if you embrace cold calling on social media, it cannot be worse for you. It's only going to improve your sales. As I mentioned in the opening monologue, we're on social media because we want better leads and we want to close and convert more leads into sales, right? So sales is why we're on social media. Let's not fool ourselves. Everyone's on social media for sales. Now, the question is how do you cold call? There's many ways to cold call, but there's only one strong foundation that if you build on that, you're going to be able to cold call effectively. Now, I have my sales rep here, Hiram Hernandez, who was cold calling for me before. He was on the verge of breaking out, and then you know what broke out? The coronavirus broke out. So a lot of it got shut down. So now we're back together, and we're going to start doing some amazing things here in El Paso, Texas. And we're going to be helping you salespeople, entrepreneurs, and small business owners, how to increase your sales volume. Now, one of the things you have to learn about cold calling, whether you're on social media or you're doing Better Business Bureau, is you have to understand the other person on the phone. What do I mean by that? There's going to be certain types of emotions that they're going to have. And you experienced that in the beginning where they didn't want you on the phone. Remember that time when you were first starting it? But here's the thing is, if you're making 100 phone calls a day, and they're receiving 10 phone calls a day, you should be a lot more prepared and ready to take on the phone call than they are, right? They meaning the prospect, the person on the other phone, right? So one of the things you have to do is understand where their mindset is and what their objections are going to be. So do you remember the first objections that we did in the script?
I already have enough customers.
Okay, that was one of the things they would say. But in the beginning of the pitch is, I'll be brief and to the point, I know that you're busy. Now I've been using that for 30 plus years and it works every single time. Whether you're calling people on social media or you're calling people on the Better Business Bureau or cold calling on that platform. Why? Because you have to understand that they're frustrated and that they don't want to take these calls, but they wind up taking them anyway. They might have taken 9 or 10 other calls before you called them, right? However, if you understand that and you give them that objection or that rebuttal, you're going to put them at ease. Why? Because you're giving them respect that you understand and respect that they get a lot of these calls. Or that you're going to be brief and to the point. I know that you're busy. Why? Because you have to understand that they're busy and that they get these calls. So cold calling is like anything else. You have to learn how to do it. You have to learn how to do it right. And more importantly, by doing it repetitive, it becomes second nature to you. That's where the sales really begins. And if you're doing well in sales now, and you can increase your sales volume by 30%, wouldn't you do that? Of course you would. Does that make sense? So, now, do you remember some of the objections that we used to get before?
Yeah, so that's what I meant.
That's what you meant? Objection? Okay. For example, I'm too busy or I'm not interested.
Customers, I'm not interested.
Not interested, I have too many customers, right?
How much does it cost?
How much does it cost? So for example, if somebody tells you right off the bat, how much does it cost? Well, whether it's $1,500, $25,000, I don't know. Because I don't even know you don't even know what I'm offering you, right? So that's a way of overcoming an objection. But cold calling is a disciplined thing. You have to want to do it. It has to be done right. Because it could be a long day, it could be a frustrating day, because if you don't have the right techniques or the right mindset, the right attitude, yeah, cold calling will not work. But I want you to think about it. Today's modern day platforms, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, any of them, to me they're the modern day yellow pages. Just think about that. Back in the old days, everybody was excited getting on the yellow pages, right? So you're waiting for customers to call you for your business, right? Now it's reverse. You got everybody on social media. And when they like your content or follow your content or recommend your content or comment on your content, they're actually calling you for business. So think about that. The best opportunities today, and I keep harping on this, is the followers and the subscribers you have. Why? Because they're knocking on your door. Why not call them and let them in your door? So cold calling on social media is an absolute phenomenal tool. I'm glad a lot more people are talking about it, because when I first started speaking about it 2 years ago, it was like a stop sign. People were rejecting it. Are you crazy, cold calling on social media? I say, yeah. It's going to be effective. So I created a strategy because of this called social media conversion strategy. How to take leads and convert them into sales. How to take prospects, convert them into customers through the cold calling format. Matter of fact, my man Idan Hernandez was right there. He was about to explode. And what happened was this coronavirus, everything was shut down. So now, a few months later, we're now going to start it again. And I'm excited about it because, one, he's going to be really good at cold calling. Number two, he's going to be a great salesman. And number two, it works. Just think about this, guys. And I said this before. You're getting on the phone, you're cold calling a potential customer or prospect. They don't know you're calling. Let's say they're driving to work and you're on the phone with them. And you go through the process. 20 minutes later, they're sending you $5,000 on a credit card. A person you just met, which is a one-call close. It happens a lot. So just think about the power of cold calling. And just think about if you could learn to cold call, you could be the worst salesperson in the world. Through the martial arts of sales, you will learn to be really good at cold calling. That if you could increase your sales by 30%, isn't that worth it? And it's better than any platform you have out there. Any automated system you have out there, because you have 100% control of it. You determine who you call, when you call, and then you target the right people. So think about that. Again, why cold call? And is it still effective today? The answer is yes, if you apply it and you use it, and you do it. And of course, no if you don't, right? It's just that cut and dry. So what I'm going to recommend you do, if you're serious about changing your sales volume, and you want to increase your sales volume by at least 30%, do yourself and your business a favor. Get a hold of me, contact me, direct message me. I'll respond to you in 24 hours. And all I ask you to do is keep an open mind. Let me explain to you how it works. And I promise you this, you will not be disappointed. So, I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank you for your time. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscription button below. Give me thumbs up if you like it. It does help the algorithm. And if you think this could be helpful to other people, please share the video with others. Till we speak again, I say goodbye. This is Paul Cruz with the Martial Arts of Sales. Have a great day. Bye.